really well, actually, and I think, for someone who does so much touring in between, we make a record, you tour, you make a record, you tour, and it's been like that for a long time now.
Yes.
You obviously keep yourself fit and take care of yourself throughout that.
No, I never do.
You don't?
No, I never do.
You can't tell me that body is pure God.
I wouldn't say pure God, but it's nature.
You've had some success with You Are the Quarry, obviously. That to a lot of people, that was kind of the solo career part 2, and it was like, and you seem to come back with a real kind of bit between your teeth, and that record was very successful for you, and
yes.
put you in a really strong position. Was that success? Did it taste sweeter the second time around for you?
Well, it actually felt like really the third or fourth time, to be honest, and it was the same. It didn't taste any different. No, I didn't notice anything different, to be honest. To be quite frank, rather. I didn't notice anything different.
Do you notice the details, though, that go with releasing records and touring? I mean, in terms of things not working out, obviously you took umbrage to the way the Greatest Hits was dealt with, but are you very business-orientated when it comes to your stuff?
I think I'm very practical, but I'm not a businessman, no, not to any degree. But I'm reasonably intelligent, and I know how things should go, and I understand why things fail when they do. So I think I have a very objective view of most things.
You're back out on the road soon. I noticed back out in the United States of America.
Yes.
And it sort of feels like you never stopped touring.
It seems that way sometimes. I mean, often I see the dates from the last few years, and they're just extraordinary.
Yeah. Does it feel like that at the time sometimes, or is it just...
Yes. Sometimes you can become a bit scrambled, and you're not really quite sure where you are.
Yeah, I bet.
And that's the best feeling.
Do you ever get the names of the places wrong?
No, I never have, but it's been reported on a couple of occasions that I did.
But no.
But it's not.
Certainly not.
No, I mean, you don't become that punch drunk that you're not aware which city you're in.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to be quite far gone.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. What do you get out of touring? Is it something that you still feel comfortable doing, or do you feel that in a way you're programmed to do it?
I'm not programmed to do anything. The touring is freedom, because the stage is freedom, and it's yours, and nobody can interfere, and nobody will come along and try and chop you up or cut you off. So it's complete freedom, and that's very rare.
What comes with that, though, is it is quite a grueling lifestyle, and you said you're sort of in between.
Well, the travel is terrible. The travel is very grueling, but it has to be done, really. And the further you travel, if you reach people, it's very invigorating, and it's very satisfying, and it's a great memory for the rest of your life.
Yeah, God, yeah. I mean, you must have travelled the world pretty much.
Backwards.
So, when it comes to performing live, obviously you have a lot of songs to choose from that you've recorded throughout your solo career. You also, throw in some fantastic throw-ins, a little bit sort of curses in it, but you perform some Smith songs, which are real highlights for people too. How do you choose those? Do you have is it a smaller selection of songs than people would imagine that you can pull out?
No, it's very vast, but I just sing the songs which make me happiest. It's that simple. I don't sing anything because I think people might want to hear it. That's quite ludicrous, isn't it?
No, well, not necessarily, because you'd like to think people who are fans of yours would like everything.
I know. No, I was just toying then. But you took the bait.
What are we now, like 25 minutes into this, and now you're starting to play with me? You should have done it 2 minutes in. I'm in the swing of it. I'm ready to go.
Off we go.
Off we go. It's never going to leave you behind, this whole the concept of a Smiths reunion. Fans are never going to let it die completely. Would you prefer it if they did?
Well, it confuses me. I don't really know why people go on about it.
Are you serious? Because the band means so much to people.
Yes, but I think most of the reasoning is simply wanting something that isn't there, and if it existed now, people might not care.
I think a lot of people never got a chance to see you perform those songs live.
No.
And also, the Smiths are a very successful band, but never played on the scale that you probably could now if you reunited.
No. The Smiths didn't really tour that much, really. In England, yes, and twice in America, but not generally, not worldwide.
I mean, that's a big reason in itself as to why people are calling this for this.
But it was of its time.
Is it
I
left to
think.
youth, do you think? Could you even identify with that? I mean, you sing these songs with great passion, these ones in your own set.
Yes.
So obviously these words still, you can identify with the words you wrote as a young man.
Well, I think the songs are very, very strong. The Smith songs are very, very strong. So that makes them...
Of you that, how do I word this without getting myself in trouble? Is a part of you that gets a kick out of saying no?
No. No, it's just not my life. It's not my life now. So why would I make it my life?
The offers must be ridiculous.
They're very impressive.
Yeah,
They're impressive.
I bet. I bet. I mean, it's you guys and the Roses. I think maybe that's it. Out of the two remaining bands that have full lineups still alive and still kicking around that could do it, that
Really?
are holding out.
How funny.
You and Ian Brown should form a group. That'd be the great irony, wouldn't it?
No.
From my point of view, because I'd love to see it, but I know why you don't do it, and I respect the fact that you don't, because I do think some things should be better left
Yes.
to their time and their place.
Yes. But as I say, it's simply another time, and it isn't now. And as I continue, why would I bother?
But this is the question. Are you going to continue?
Well, today,
I don't think that's too
today
bold.
I will continue with this. So,
yeah, but come on, I do this for a living. You can't leave it at that. I mean, there's been talk, and you yourself have come out and said, you can't see yourself continuing forever or for that much longer.
Well, who continues forever, really? Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we're all going to pop our clogs at some point. But I think
Yes.
people talk about the fact that you turn 50 this year, the gig is in Manchester. The people are putting two and two together. They're really creating a spider web here. In fact, one of the questions here is, for those that have heard Years of Refusal, they've said that there seems to be an air of finality within the album. Stop, would you agree with that before we move on?
I would say so, yes.
The last date of the UK tour is at the Brixton Academy, the same venue where the Smiths played their last UK date. How do you feel about this? See what people...
Pure coincidence.
Really?
Pure coincidence, yes. There's not really that many places in London that you can actually play. So you end up in the same places. Really.
That's very true. You can't argue with the logic behind that. Will it be something as carefully planned out and as grandiose if you do decide to stop performing, or will you just go?
It's carefully planned out.
Well, as saying, okay, that's a nice way to tie it up, to do it at Brixton with the Smiths. But would you think it through in that way, or would you just end it?
Well, I don't think anybody realised that was the last Smiths night. Nobody knew.
No, but I'm saying, with the benefit of hindsight, if you were to stop performing now as a solo artist, would you ever put too much thought into it, or would you
Not really.
No,
not really.
So you haven't even answered my question, which is magnificent. So you didn't fail that much as a journalist. But let me try and make this real simple, and then you can duck and dive as you see.
You don't have to make it that simple.
Are you going to quit?
Yeah, definitely one day. Yes.
Because you've been very busy, and you've released a lot of records in a short period of time, which has been great for fans. But some would also look into it as possibly a chance for you to.
Well, I'm very surprised at how much time has passed. That has really surprised me. It suddenly seems like a very long time, and I don't quite know how that happened. But certainly, time has leapt on.